years to my dad. This town has been very good to my dad and our family, including Parsons College. I believe Dad has given a lot back to Fairfield and Parsons and the community. In addition, he and Mom have raised 4 children, none of whom have fallen off the cliff yet. He is honest, dependable, and those of you who know him, he has a quick wit, and he loves to tell a good story. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce my father, Bob Peterman.
Thank Dave and all the people that had anything to do with giving me this honor. I'm going to take maybe 4 or 5 minutes of your time. The first thing I'm tickled to death to see one of my old friends, Dean Gabbard. 10, 12 years ago, he wrote my obituary. Now he can finish it. I wasn't going to say this, but I can't think of any other time that I could get all Parsons College. I am the guy that closed Parsons College, and I have regretted it all my life. It was the toughest thing I ever did. But I told it to one of the members, and he came to me today and he thanked me. I want to explain why Parsons College was closed. Roberts had lost accreditation. The newspapers, Look magazine, everything was calling flunk out you. They dropped thousands of students. By the time I went on the board after he left, there was up to 5,000 down to 700. Roger Lund was the chairman of the board. I was the vice chairman, acting chairman here in town. It got to the spring of the year and we had paid all our bills, all the faculty and everything else. The business manager was one of the best I ever knew. He agreed wholeheartedly that it was impossible. We were losing students. We could not go through the summer. Now this is the key to the whole thing. By law, we had to graduate each senior and turn them over to the University of Iowa. Now that, I doubt you do. Every student's records also had to be sent to the University of Iowa for record.
Biff Coomer. I have the pleasure today to be the presenter on this. Biff, would you like to come up and have a seat next to Dr. Tree? The summer of 1965, as a freshman at Parsons College, one of my first classes was coaching track and field. Coach Joe Lutz was teaching the class. This is where I first met Biff Coomer. We were both physical education majors at Parsons, and little did I know that we would become lifelong friends. Biff graduated from Parsons in 1968 and became intramural director for the college and joined the physical education department staff. The following year, he was ready to begin his graduate program at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. At Parsons, the position of intramural director was open and accepting applications. Dr. Robert Tree was the dean of the college at that time, and he provided the interview and offered the job to me in Biff's year of absence. Biff returned to Parsons to be intramural director for an additional year, and then returned to the University of Utah, where he received his PhD in recreation education in 1973. He had already accepted the position on the faculty of Parsons when the announcement of the closing of the college was made in the spring of '73 that Bob just explained to us. Since Parsons closed, Biff accepted the position in the recreation education faculty at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. He held that position for 2 years until he was contacted by former Parsons president Carl Chrysler to come to the Western Kentucky University, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and teach in their recreation education department. Biff has reflected on Parsons as his springboard, the opportunity to become a college faculty member, opening the door to graduate school, and moving to the level of a tenured professor. Those individuals who opened these doors were Charlie Barnett, who we will hopefully be here for lunch today, Dr. Robert Tree, dean of the college, Dr. Ken Rutger, chemistry professor, Dr. Harry Burris, professor of physical education, and Dr. John Ward, chairman of the physical education department. These men saw the potential with our honoree and gave him guidance and the support of reaching for the graduate degrees, coming back to Parsons with a master's degree in recreation education from the highly respected University of Utah program. Under the direction of Dr. Owen Hunter, Parsons College provided the faculty who worked for the college to give the students the opportunity to encourage them to be successful in life. The Where the Boys Are WTBA organization was founded on the campus, and Biff was one of the original members. This social organization evolved and continues to this day to be a very cohesive group of individuals who all became very successful in their chosen field and still keep in contact through reunions and support for each other. The summer months would be free from teaching, and our honoree's lust for adventure has carried him with the Iowa Mountaineers to such mountain climbing expeditions as Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Mount Blanc, the Matterhorn in Switzerland, South American mountains, and the Inca Trail in South America in 1986. From 1989 until 2008, he canoed the Canadian Arctic on 2 to 8 week trips. His children have both had a chance to experience one or more of these Canadian exhibitions. During these expeditions, he has encountered the following contacts with wild animals. In Africa, charged by a bull elephant. A rhino hit the side of his Land Rover. He has killed a spitting cobra, and in the Arctic, he's experienced 6-hour caribou migrations with herds of over 6,000 animals. Encounters with polar, grizzly, and black bears. So this is a man who's not afraid to step out of bounds and see what's going to happen in the world. One of the recent honors bestowed upon Biff was the naming of a new recreation building in the Western Kentucky campus, the Coomer Little Recreation Center. Biff's mother is still living in Milwaukee, where she has celebrated her 100th birthday this year, and every 3 weeks he goes for a 3-day visit with her. His son is with the Park and Recreation Department in Warren County, Kentucky, and his daughter teaches in New York. He currently resides in Bowling Green, Kentucky during the winter months, and at Tree Haven, close to Rhinelander, Wisconsin, in the summer. Tree Haven has a 1,000-acre working tree farm and is the oldest operating tree farm in Wisconsin. Please join me as we welcome our next honoree, Dr. Biff Coomer, friend of